How's it going, folks? How's it going? You already know the waves, and for sure, you already know the vibes. It is King Zachariah White, a.k.a. King Big Daddy Drip, back at it like it's nothing with this drip and the sauce, because I am the boss. Listen, man, shoot, I don't know. I may have to mess around and make that a little bit more musical. But all in all, I do thank you all so much. All right. And also, you know, y'all already know what time it is. It's another episode of The Royal World. All right. I ain't even about to get into all the stuff, but just know, I mean, listen, if the King's in the mix, you know, we got the squad up in the mix. We always have a whole lot planned. All right. There's going to be some funny clips that we're going to be looking at. Of course, we're going to be talking about some of the real life stuff going down in society, because listen, it's real crazy out here. But we'll also be doing some would you rathers. Again, guys, there's a whole lot of stuff. And that's just only the top three things that I could think about. We ain't even talking about the self checkup or whichever. But I do thank y'all so much for tuning in for another episode. And you know, shoot, y'all already know what time it is. Y'all make sure that y'all ride this wave with me. One time for the one time, baby. Let's get it, man. Let's go. Yeah. King Big Daddy Drill, TIS, the Golden Empire, King of Southwest Florida. I'm a busy man, but I make time for you. Hey, how's it going, guys? Of course, y'all, we back. All right, we're actually going to get started with this episode. And even before I do so, I think it's very important that I go through and let's just say I emphasize some things, because I know that for many folks out there, you know, y'all see my face all over the place. All right, but definitely there's a whole lot of folks, and there's a key message that I want to reiterate. But I'm going to do my best to keep it to a minimum or whichever, because again, we got a whole lot of fun stuff to get to. But, you know, just in the mix of everything, definitely I want to give a huge amount of love, huge amount of shout outs, and much praise out to God and all of the heavenly kingdom, of course, for bringing us through. You know, again, 2024 has definitely, geez Louise, 2024 has been one heck of a year. And I'm not going to lie, y'all, I'm already looking forward to it being 2025 already. Big shout outs to God, because without him, we wouldn't have all of what we've been able to enjoy about this year. We wouldn't have even done so. Definitely, I want to give, you know, huge amount of love, huge amount of shout outs to the crew, you know, Shayna as well as Brian. All right. They doing their thing. Of course, you know, big ups to them, and big shout outs to the rest of the squad as well. Because again, without them, all this nice, amazing stuff wouldn't be going down as well. And for every single one of y'all out there, I do want to let this be known. I know that I'm the one with the crown, and I got the sash, and I got the robes or whichever, but the one message that I do want to emphasize is that we're all kings, we're all queens, gods, goddesses, emperors, empresses, bosses. We all have our own assignments, our own like terrain, whatever it is that you want to call it, that we have. But it's definitely important that we continue to keep striving to be the good, the great, the best version of ourselves, and we step into that power and live in that power. So y'all make sure, again, I don't care if it's, you know, we talking about the rest of this year, or if we talking about all, you know, stepping into the new year. I don't care what year it is. Y'all just make sure that y'all keep that in mind, and y'all keep, you know, striving to be the good, be the great, you know, be the best that y'all can, and helping out everybody. Enough with all that stuff. All right. Now we'll actually get to some of the other stuff that we got planned. All right. And again, even just going down this whole list, y'all, I had, you know, laughed. I got so many different segments, but just because I'm really in the mood to laugh, and it's not so often that I really spend a whole lot of time when it comes to like actually scrolling up on social media, but we found a whole lot of funny stuff, over these past few weeks. All right. And this first one, I actually got it off of TikTok, and I'm very, very upset, y'all, that I wasn't able to get like the original video, because there was an awesome comedian who ended up reacting to this particular video. But there's a question that I have. Of course, I got a question for the crew, and I got a question for every single one of y'all out there. All right, there is this picture floating around. I guess it's a meme. I don't even know how many scary folks there is. All right, like when I first saw it, y'all, like I just saw Jason down there, and I saw Michael Myers up there. Right now, granted, y'all see my glasses. Y'all know I wear glasses for a reason. I'm blind as hell. All right. Before the comedian started talking, y'all, I was trying to analyze. I was like, okay, right. I'm not trying to fight Michael Myers. I'm not trying to fight Jason. All right. I know what I'm gonna try to do. I don't know what's gonna happen. All right. Before the comedian started talking, I was like, oh, shoot. Okay, Jason, Michael Myers. I don't really like none of these situations. But I don't know, man. I may have to take my chance with Michael Myers. But once he started talking, right, and he started going and going and going and going, a couple other things became very apparent to me, right? He pointed out, right, again, my eyes are a little bad, but he pointed out, right, that behind Jason, there's like a silhouette, somebody with the damn claws, all right? And so of course, Freddy Krueger is sitting behind him. First off, before the dude could finish talking, I paused the video because I was like, I thought that Jason and Freddy didn't like each other to begin with. Why the hell are they on the same side trying to get me? Whatever. That's okay. That's beside the point. Jason and Freddy, and then he also pointed out there's somebody sitting behind Michael Myers, right? Now, granted, I don't know
what that is.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Brian. How many scary people are there, like in this not universe, but like how many villains are there? Because now I'm trying to figure out who that is.
There's a lot of scary people in this world.
Okay.
I mean, it could be anybody, you know?
This is what I thought made the question very, very unfair, y'all. All right. How the hell are y'all gonna say, would you go upstairs and go downstairs, right? But the comedian pointed out that there's somebody under the stairs. So what okay, I'm not gonna curse, but like, what y'all, WTF, how the hell are y'all gonna say, okay, would you go up or would you go downstairs? And regardless of what, like, before you even make a choice, you have that person under the stairs, right? That's already on you. So, like, I don't know.
I'm going Kool-Aid and going right through the wall, man.
You know what? You see, Brian, that's why you my dog. That's why you my dog, right, for real. Because but I didn't want to say this when we were talking about it beforehand. But my aunt, man, forget going up or downstairs. I'm going through the window, man. Yeah. Just like, are we able to look at the comments? I'm interested to see what people decided. You know, it's polarizing. Some folks is going up because they think they could slide past Michael Myers. Some folks going down because they think Jason ain't too fast, whatever. All of those stuff. But
I like the door behind me. That's a good one.
Oh, okay, yeah, that part.
You don't even see that one.
I don't know about y'all, but I have a technique that I have in my dreams to get me out of the dreams. I'm going to share it with y'all because I don't know, like, I think the typical, like, whatever the adage is in our cultures, like, you pinch yourself or whatever. But for me, if I want to get out of a dream, all I have to do is blink once and then blink twice. And in that second blink, I I hold it and I guess open my eyes up real slowly. When I do that, then of course, I guess, I don't know, with the way how my body's configured, it opens up my eyes in real life.
My body's configured.
I'm interested to see if it's one of those things where it's really one of those things where my body's configured that way, or if like it's something common and everybody can do it. Because if it's something common that everybody can do, then shoot, I don't think it's a royal superpower. But if it is, then that was definitely one funny thing. And there was a couple other funny stuff that I ended up coming across on Instagram as well. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna try not to do no talking, y'all. I'm gonna reserve my reactions for afterwards. But we're gonna let homeboy take it.
Say my name.
I did. I had to because he's like, you're at the wrong house. And he goes, dude, I didn't order pizza. I go, okay, well, this has already happened today. Then the girl comes.
Oh, gosh.
And she goes, well, is there a name with the order? And I go, yeah, of course, there's always a name. So...
Ooh.
Deanna. And
Ooh.
she's like, that's his ex-girlfriend. Oh my God, is that because she saw you today?
What?
Yeah, that's what she said. The drama continues.
I'm freaking done. The drama continues.
Yeah, you better.
You want a drink? You want to come take a shot?
Oh my God, that would be amazing, but thank you.
You want to come take a shot? It's
Say my
crazy.
name.
He's got to drive, man.
I don't know what I'm gonna title this particular segment. Funny things of the week, whichever. This definitely ended up making a list. It's crazy because I'm not, of course, like y'all, like we watching it up on social media, whichever. I don't know why the hell it was when this particular dude started talking and telling the story. Like I felt like I was there. Like I felt like I was there witnessing this whole thing. Like I didn't react this way because like I seen it a couple of times. But when he was like Diana, I was like, like why did the pizza go to that particular house? Like the damn girl, the folks offered the shot. I don't even know.
The pizza might be cold, but the tea was hot.
Yeah. Yo, that's a fact. Did Deanna, did they do it on purpose? I don't. Cause it sounded like she did it on purpose. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. You had it right, Brian. You had it right. You said the pizza's cold, but the tea is hot. Or
that was one of the comments. Yeah.
Okay. That's what that is gonna be. That's what that clip's
for that.
Yeah. Then there's the second one. We both going. Oh yeah. I remember this one. Yep. I ain't gonna say nothing, y'all. Bro. Yo.
That's a 2015 scream right there.
Yes. Yo, listen.
You ever scream like that, King?
Yo, have I ever, man, when I was a kid, jeez, I don't. If Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway was a person, let me tell y'all this, crew. If I ever am screaming like that, it must be one, it must be something real scary. And also two, I think you know what? This gentleman right here is an inspiration. Is an inspiration.
The realist for this.
Yeah, because okay, because when you ask the question, right? Have I ever screamed like this? Like it's been so long that it's been so long since I've screamed like that if I do scream like that, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all, I am not a gangster. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all know I'm a king, right? Mm-hmm. But if I ever scream like that, I'm gonna have to spin the block and do something. All right, jeez. You ran back with a chair, bam, just. And when I first saw this, it was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning as well. Luckily, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like all the lights were off because the lights were not off. I keep the lights on. Hell, the light bill hella high, but whatever, right? But I had the lights on, so I wasn't really scared. What I will say is when I saw him run back with the chair, I did run away from my seat. And I ran around the house laughing because jeez Louise, with a chair. The only thing... The only thing that he, because like now at this point, if you got the chair, you went and did that, you might as well go full on WWE. You know, you got a bed right there. Go off the top rope, hit a swanton bomb or something. Like I got one more one. That dude's inspiration. Feel the fear and do it anyway. You see, pause, even before we get to the last one, what I'm going to ask y'all is this. Have y'all ever had a moment like that where y'all were real scared, but y'all still, like, either y'all again, spunt the block and did something like that, or, like, I guess whatever, like, feel the fear and do it anyway. Whatever that means for y'all. Like, had y'all had a moment like that? This is the last one. Let's get it.
It's the OGs. Without us, the league ain't as strong.
The real MVP, like KD thanked his mom.
They want us to pass the torch like a relay baton.
Get chalked with the hands like pregame LeBron.
I'm the champ, not Durant. More greenbacks than my Boston fans.
Hey, watch how you talk to Ant. Curry
on.
rotten lamb.
Beat out, he's got a cramp.
Come on.
Washed up like Aquaman when he walk on land.
Come
Watch
on.
King, I got rings. I'm iconic. I take the young boys to school. I promise.
It's our time now. The word's out, lockdown.
This y'all in the playoffs. First round knockout.
Champs bounce back after a loss taken. This year, I'm Tatum in the Olympics. I'm not playing.
Tides ain't turning with Kamingas.
Good direction, man.
This losing the Splash Brother had a ripple effect.
I'ma make you think Splash Brothers when you getting washed, fam.
Jaylen Brown better and can't dribble with his offhand.
Fast break, bang, bang. Give it to the hot hand.
Night, night, no look. Spin before the shot land.
Embiid need load management.
Curry.
Take a day off. You the MVP. Most vanishes in playoffs.
Thought your head hard, but you made out of soft tissue. Had to get a cat cause you didn't have that dog in you.
All you OGs need a young X Factor. KD joined a book club for his next chapter.
Hey,
Come on.
Ali, cut the beat. Shut up, Devin. You gotta respect your elders. I'm your predecessor. I could drop D-Book and end up better
KD's
like
going
Kendall
off.
Jenner. And
Yo.
look at Edwards. Could pass for Jordan's son and don't need ID.
look at
You
him.
look like Mike, but you wanna be like me.
Go.
O-head got no aura. I got my finger on the post. Got him counting sheep when I'm fleecing for the wolves. Standing in front of my goat just to feed him to the wolves.
Let's go. Man, against the Mavs, you completely choked. It wasn't even close. Avengers, Ant-Man shrinks when his team needs him most.
Hey, I'm conflicted.
Yeah, Kevin a champ, but he gets swept when he step into Ant. Long story short, I ended Durant.
Keep going.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. That was
Gave
like,
it a
that was
fresh
like.
new look.
I ended Joel's playoffs, then I left you shook.
I took the chef out the kitchen. Who let you cook?
LeBron on the same page, never get through book.
Why is Devin talking? He's only the second option.
Speaking of, Tatum's not even the best in Boston.
We keep the lights on, we gone into dark hour.
Solar energy. Without us, there's no star power.
Oh, you guys still think you run the league? Oh, no. Classic Americans.
Okay. You see?
That's
See?
good, man.
I had to put that down. One, I can't even see, but all the folks who made that, big ups. Big
Damn.
shout outs to y'all.
Really good. Really good.
That was fire. Now, I don't even mean to take so much time breaking stuff down. All right. For those of y'all who don't happen to know, the King does many different things. I am a rapper. I am not a battle rapper. All right. But I do watch a lot of battle rap. All right. That's why I had the reaction that I had, because I was genuinely invested in it. I'm gonna keep it tall. I don't if you had the actual players go through and rapping it out or whichever. I mean, I don't know if they would have came up. I don't know if they would have came up with something better than this. I'm gonna say this, right? Steph Curry, I feel like his parts were the hardest. I was all in love with what he said. Shoot it, no look, whatever the hell he said. I was like, oh, bro, Curry, bro. My favorite basketball player ever is LeBron James. But nah, Steph Curry, like he had the most fire parts. I'm trying to think who there's not nobody that I'm not gonna lie. I was about to say there's not nobody that I thought was trash or whichever. As they're rapping, right? Like I'm like, okay, these bars are hot, but then I start thinking about what like the actual like the thing, right? Like whenever, like, I forgot who it was, somebody rapped about Jason Tatum not playing in the Olympics. I like when they said that, I was like, ooh, and then right, and then I really started thinking back, and I was like, Jason Tatum really did not play well in the Olympics. And Joel Embiid, it was looking real shaky in the Olympics and in the playoffs. The last postseason, all the way up into the Olympics, there was a whole lot of surprises, a whole lot of weird stuff going down. I'm gonna settle it on this fact, right? This will be the last thing I'll say. I do want for them to spin the block, and I do want for them to make an episode or make another video where the foreign players are talking. I do want them to do that.
The voices are so good, dude.
Yeah, okay, my fault. I know I keep ball hogging or whichever. Like, actually, because it's teams. Who do y'all feel won?
I think the OGs won.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, right? And I'm glad that we breaking it down like this, because I think everybody's bars on the OGs hit for me except for Joel Embiid. I'm as we're talking more and more about it, I didn't care to hear it the first time, and I don't care to hear it now. Sorry about that. All right. As far as like the new school, like, and I think this is where I say it's probably because like I'm looking at the actual thing before they rap. Like I'm gonna keep it tall. I wasn't trying to hear Jason Tatum. All right. I wasn't trying to hear Jason Tatum. I was like, it's everybody, like, cause it's a weird thing in Boston where Jason Tatum was considered the best player. The superstar games, like Jason Tatum would have that. But it was a weird thing last year that Jaylen Brown went through and he won. Like he was more consistent and he ended up winning the Eastern Conference MVP. Then he went on to win the Finals MVP. And Jason Tatum, I don't know, man. There's something missing. And I wasn't trying to. Who else was I not trying to hear? Actually, no. I think it's probably not trying to hear. I think I'm gonna just say it. I didn't care to hear anybody else. I did want to hear Ant though, because Ant he was really like that for real. He did awesome. So I ain't got nothing to say about Ant. But I'll say this: that is it. The laughter is the best medicine. That is. We're going to continue to keep doing that because, again, there's a lot of entertaining clips out there on the interweb or the social media sites, whatever it is that y'all want to call it. Just before we even get pushing forward. Of course, I wanted to take some more time to warm up a little bit, get a little bit loose or whichever. Because I'm not gonna lie, I still feel a little rigid. All right, questions that I'm gonna ask y'all. Well, I guess I won't go through everything, but what I'll ask is this, right? What makes you guys smile? Lots of times when I have conversations with people, like there's a lot of questions where people will give me the I don't know answer, or it's some like it's one of those things where they will say one thing immediately and then they start doing more thinking upon the question, and then their question ends up being more not complex but like more thoughtful than how it started out. All right. So like, what makes you smile? That is something that I want for you guys to answer as well, just because, I mean, life is not going to be all about like joy, happiness, peace, all that other sort of jazz. Life has its ups and downs or whichever. So but nonetheless, though, like knowing what makes you smile, knowing what brings you joy, what brings you peace, that is going to be something that's very, very helpful, because especially in the darkest moments, the most difficult, that's going to be something that helps you out regardless of what sort of time that you happen to be going through. But, and this is a question that honestly made me think a little bit more, like what makes you smile?
I got one for you.
Yeah.
I love seeing other people smile authentically. Like when it's their true selves, they're being themselves like you are right now. This makes me smile, King Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it, dude.
I appreciate it. The authenticity. It's funny that you say that, Brian, because they're like, I know we, talked a little bit before about how, like, especially as of recently, and for everybody out there, y'all need to know this as well, because the King has been very, very active when it comes to performing music as of lately. But like, of course, the energy that I have here, like I just have it in general, right? But there have been like folks that came up to me and talked afterwards, because like whenever it is that I'm up and I'm performing or whichever, like, like I really like am in love with the songs and in tune with, whatever songs that I make and whatever songs that I perform.
Yeah,
that like
flowing with it.
Yeah, and so like there's like even like sometimes like the crowd or the actual atmosphere may be like very dim, very chill, or I'm trying to find like some nice words to put it, but I'll just keep it at that, because I fell in love with these beats, and so like sometimes like coming up on like a certain part within the actual instrumental, I'm like, oh, this is my jam or whichever, and folks who have came up and said like, yo, listen, granted, I may have been having a rough day or whatever, but like to see you up there and actually like having a good time and like actually like, like just having fun and bringing that energy, like that's something like you need to keep doing that. And I'm like, oh snap, man. And so I guess that makes me smile in return. When I first like put this particular question down, this might be a little weird, but like going back to those dark moments, it doesn't make me smile because like or let's just say it does and it doesn't. It does in the sense that like I guess over going through so many of those different instances, I'd rather smile and laugh as opposed to cry and yell. In which to piggyback a little bit to earlier in this episode, that's why when big shout outs to Brian, when Brian asked the question like, when's the last time that you like yelled like that, I was like, damn, like that's going back to that's going back to again childhood when I didn't adopt the whole when you're going through your darkest moments, laugh as opposed to cry sort of practice. And which was also another reason why I was like, okay, listen, so if I do abandon that particular practice, I'm right, which is something that is embedded in the kingdom, just know something's got to get done. Like in going through like the dark moments, knowing that at some point in time, like it's like a game. Whenever it is that whether it be basketball, like how, we were just seeing not too long ago, or, Uno or whatever other game, like the tide always ends up turning. And so I guess to some degree, I end up laughing because like, not like I know what's going to happen or how the tide is going to turn specifically, but just knowing that, okay, like, it's definitely going to happen. When it feels like it's going to, I'm not going to lie. That's when like, I don't know. My smile and my laugh, that's when it might be the most loudest. Cause I'm like, oh yeah, you done messed up now. Or not even you as in like a person, but like, okay, so this is, like we're on a roller coaster. Oh snap. So we're going up. We're about to like, this is where the good part begins. So I guess also another thing that makes me smile is like spending time with people, talking with people. And I think also, I was just talking with a friend about this the other day as well. Like my favorite thing to do, I've come to realize, even like outside of like making podcasts, making music, I guess whatever work. I may like this a little bit more than I like all of what I just was talking about. But like, I love going out to eat, sitting down, and again, talking and spending time with people. That has been my favorite thing. I knew that was up there, but like what made me realize that like stuff like that is what makes me smile the most. I guess community, family, community, quality time was when, like, of course, going through this, talking about difficult times, whichever, again, hey, listen, the kingdoms, our entities. And listen, we coming up. I ain't gonna speak too much, but yeah, we're going through our struggles. I would always back during the earlier parts of this year, like schedule. Like I would set up outings for myself and my folks for us to go out and eat. And we'd go every single Saturday or every single Sunday, not even Sunday, every single Friday or every single Saturday. It's one of those 2 days. But it wasn't up until like, we got to the position where like, I was like, damn, I cannot like, I don't have the money to go out and do that or whichever. It wasn't until like I had to step away from it that I realized how much I truly enjoyed that, how much I truly valued that. So, I guess, and knowing, I guess in me learning more and more about myself, that is definitely a very important thing, though. But again, I'm going to emphasize this as well, because I know I'm doing a whole lot of talking about me. Y'all make sure that y'all find that answer for yourselves as well. Because again, whether it be the good times or whether it be the bad times, knowing what makes you smile, and also like if it's an activity or if it's a person or whatever it is, I think it's going to be very, very important that regardless of the time that you find a way to stay connected to that, definitely stay connected to whatever it is that makes you smile. Pause, man. I done went through and got all sentimental. No. Okay. All right. Let me see what other questions I have. So pick the energy back up because, again, this is not going to be a gloomy episode. I'll do this particular question, right? What is your favorite spot in your city, right? Or wherever it is that you happen to be from. Definitely not shy about letting the people know. Listen, y'all, for those who do not know out there in the world, I, King Zachariah White, am from Fort Myers, Florida. It's in Southwest Florida, all right? It's in, a lot of folks, they know Naples, Cape Coral, whichever. Big shout outs to all of Southwest Florida because, I love all of Southwest Florida. My favorite spot with like here in the city, I'm gonna just start throwing out names like City Hall, downtown Fort Myers, Sunsplash out in Cape Coral. It's no longer called this name. It's called like Gator Mike's or something, but we have Mike Greenwell's out in North Fort Myers. Actually, no, I think that might be in Cape Coral, whatever. My favorite spot like here in Fort Myers or here in Southwest Florida, funny enough, is not like an actual like this particular spot, but I guess it's like a general thing. So my favorite spot would be like either on a restaurant or like up on a stage. It's one of those two. And I won't even go through and keep harping on whichever. Again, I just explained why the restaurant. And as far as like an actual stage, again, performance. I don't know. Look, guys, it's something about the bright lights that really excites me. I think I'm trying to find like a good way how to like explain it too much. There's so much of life that we spend like preparing, either looking forward or looking back to a moment, right? Whatever point that folks are trying to get to, again, whether they're trying to go forward or, and it's pointless because you can't go back, but going back to that particular time, like it's something about
being present.
Yeah, being present. That is, again, whether it be the restaurant or whether it be the actual stage. Like when I'm there, like I'm not the funny thing is when I'm there, I'm not thinking about like what's happened before, or I won't even be thinking too much about what's going on afterwards. In those settings, I'm locked into the present. And I think it's like, it's even like getting ready for this particular podcast episode. The most stressful thing was getting ready for the podcast episode.
It's just the preparation, right?
Yeah. But like actually like going through and doing it again, having the conversation, with the wonderful crew, with you guys out there. Listen, it's a good thing I did not have the cameras rolling when I was setting up because I was cursing up a storm. But nonetheless, though, going through this, I'm not even thinking about that, nor am I thinking about, all of what, what's to come afterwards is really just sort of, I don't know. I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but like I'm here and we're here for that matter. So
and you love connecting with people. I think that's what I'm taking away from everything. You love spending time with people, whether it's going to dinner with them or being on stage and connecting with them that way. I think that you just love the human energy, and that's a rare art form today.
You put it in very good words, and the unfortunate thing is, not like it's a secret, but like in terms of like to what degree that goes, going like as not even just myself, but like me, my friends, family, or whichever, as we keep going on and on, just living life, we find out we're finding out more and more to what degree that is something that's rare. And I guess even I have a side note. I know that I said I wasn't going to like make this meaningful or whichever, but I won't keep going down this rabbit hole. The question that I have for you, Brian, is like, did we talk about, hold up. I don't know if we talked about this last time. How much do you think COVID had something to do with? Did we already say that last time? Or
we might have, yeah.
Well, then if we did, then
we can talk about it again.
Oh, yeah. I know I was talking with about a couple Mondays back. I was talking with this one girl about that. Like in the question that I asked her was it COVID that did this, or did COVID only magnify or like show the mirror as to what was actually going down?
Yeah, I think it was a big mirror. Social media has really kind of transformed our lives in a weird way, where I think we're all living in our own bubbles, and we're being fed our bubbles by the algorithm. Our bubbles are being fed by the algorithm, basically. And
even it's just that overall like concept of like the mirror. I've been trying to do a lot more time thinking about why things are the way that they are in society. And it's overall, I think whenever it is that I start thinking about the dynamics, whether it be from buyer and seller, government, citizens. It's
a lot of tribalism, you know?
Yeah.
Like my team is better than your team kind of thing, in the negative way or positive way. But I think it's all about the perception of that, if that makes sense. I don't know. We can cut this out.
Just because of life being as vast as it is, like there being so many different dimensions, so many different teams. Like, again, separated by nationality, separated by, I guess, continent, if you want, as some folks do, separated here within the United States, folks separated by states, folks separated even within the state, separated by city or by like area. And even, I don't know, it's
a weird war between self-confidence and the ego. I think that's what we're realizing over time. And I think social media is ego-driven. And to connect with other humans is to break down that ego barrier.
No, is deep, and it takes a good bit of thinking. I'm glad you mentioned what you mentioned, Brian, is because I've had it's one of those things where I'm now at this point, I'm trying to figure out what conversations I want to reference and what point I want to make next. Just like, how you mentioned, there's a weird thing going on with pride and self-confidence. I'm trying to think, because I was just having a conversation actually yesterday, and I'm gonna shout these folks out as well. Big shout outs to some good ladies, some good friend of mine's, Beautiful Q, as well as Shanti Love. We had a very long meeting. But in the meeting, of course, we got sidetracked, and we were talking about we started talking about where we were from, right? Of course, I'm a 239 baby, Southwest Florida. The Shanti Love as well as Beautiful Q, they're from the 305. They're from I would imagine I said 305. They're definitely from Miami. If nothing else, they're South Floridian, right? And we started talking about football, right? And I don't know if this is the case still to this day, but one thing I can tell you about, because like I used to play football when I was a kid. One thing I can tell you about like a huge difference between whenever especially the announcers, they say the 239, of course 239 gonna get loud. 305 305 gonna get loud. The one thing that I noticed about us, like there's a lot of pride that the folks have, the folks over in South Florida have for where they're from. Let me just say this, and I'm going to be blunt. Southwest Florida, Well, everybody's is watching this, I'm sure, I know. But for my folks in Southwest Florida, that we do not have that same pride here. In fact, there's more people talking about how this is boring and that they want to leave as opposed to like they want to stay and make this something. And it's a weird thing as well, because like even that, like I feel like it translates into like the game, because whenever it is that the 239 and 305 meet, listen, South Florida, they not okay. One of our teams from Southwest Florida may get a game over them, but overall as a unit, South Florida comes through and wipes the floor with our teams. And I always wondered, like, of course, what folks always say is that, yo, listen, they got something up in the waters. They got something that they feed the kids. Yo, listen, we got, we got a team full of 12 and 13-year-olds, but they got 14, 15, 16. That might be true. I ain't gonna lie. What I wanted to ask them, we end up bouncing all over the place, but I wanted to ask them how they taught, like how the practices went, and also like how the players treated things. I just wanted to see like what the dynamics were, because, and I'm gonna even say this, just doing a deep dive and analyzing Southwest Florida. Even when I'm talking about these performance events and all that other sort of jazz, not only do I see a lack of pride, but I also see a lack of self-confidence. So when I sat back and like I was quiet for a moment, I was thinking about our people of Southwest Florida just for a quick minute. In me trying to analyze Southwest Florida, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, listen, I think that we got to get better when it comes to pride and when it comes to self-confidence. You think it's one of those things where in the world, like both of those is down?
I think we're getting it confused, possibly.
I might be.
No, I mean, like in general, like I think people post to social media for a variety of reasons. And one of those reasons for a lot of people is to see how much people like them, how much people like their posts, what they have to say. And that's kind of like feeding your ego at that point. And a lot of people don't have self-confidence in my perspective. A lot of people don't have self-confidence, but they're confusing the ego with self-confidence. So they're getting empty love in a way. Self-confidence comes from within. And
ego comes from outside.
Yeah, external forces. Yeah, exactly. So it's like a power dynamic that's built within each one of us. And I think social media is kind of exposing a lot of negative traits that we do have as humans, but also some really good ones too. It's a double-edged sword in a way.
I guess negative or is how should I say? It's just information. That's what it is. Yeah. It's just information, and whatever it is that's done with it, I guess it won't even determine if it. How should I say? Whatever the people do with it is what will make it good or bad. Exactly. But the said thing in and of itself, I see. All in all, it's stuff to think. It's stuff to think about. To think about. And then I just realized that the original question was, what is your favorite spot in the city?
We made a wrong turn somewhere. Or the right turn, I don't know.
If nothing else, over here at the Royal World, people are going to think that's what we going to do.
That's right.
Even for like the simplest of things. Again, my favorite spots in the city, either on the stage and also actually, again, Brian ended up putting it very beautifully, either on the stage or at a restaurant, just because, I love connecting with folks. I love connecting with people. And also I made because I've been doing a good bit of talking with my friends. I think I may have to really come out and I don't know, maybe on this is a public platform, but I may have to really, really scream it from the rooftops why I do what I do. But even there's a lot of in trying to connect with people, there's a lot of pain and a lot of there's a lot of darkness around that. So I don't know. I guess overall, it just takes me back to even in the simplest of things, there's so much complex stuff. Enough with that. We're going to get to some lighter stuff. All right. We're going to get to some lighter stuff. I keep saying that honestly, we're going to get to something else. This next section that I have for you guys, in which, by the way, thank y'all still for tuning in. Thank y'all for showing love as always. But like this next section is would you rather? This, again, keep things a little bit silly. Would you rather be able to fly or be able to breathe underwater? I'm not going to lie. There's 52 of them that I ended up pulling from this particular site. What site was it? Crap, I didn't cite my sources. Good thing this is not a paper. That's a basic one. There is a question that I do have, though. It says, would you rather have Zendaya's 2022 Oscars look or Timothée Chalamet's 2022 Oscars?
This is Zendaya at the 2022 Oscars. And then we got Timothée Chalamet.
I'm glad you zoomed in because I was about to say, whoever it is that made this, that was a basic question because what Zendaya has on looks a heck of a lot more elaborate than what Timothy has on. But I also see that like with Timothy, I think it has like a little bit of a design. It's like black and whitish, like black base, and there's like specks never mind. I think I may have to take that one back. If it is jewels and diamonds, okay.
That sounds like a shirt though, you know what I'm saying?
I'm going with Zendaya. I guess here's another artist-based would you rather. Would you rather spend a Friday night out with Lil Nas X or Miley Cyrus? I'm going to sound really mean. I damn near wanted to say neither, man. What I know about Miley is that I Hannah Montana. I love Party in the USA. What do I know about Lil Nas X? I know I loved Industry, baby. That song was busting. I may have to side with Shayna. I don't know what Shayna's reasoning is. I'm kind of. What's
your reasoning, Shayna?
She just sounds fun.
She just sounds fun.
She's crazy.
I might agree with you on that, Shayna. I might agree with you. She is crazy. It's one of those things where I don't like. I think it's like fun and crazy. I'm getting a feeling that like with Lil Nas X, like. It may be fun. Like I'm getting the impression that something may go overboard, and it's like, bro, now I want to slide. Now I want to go. Like, so, okay, all right. Miley Cyrus, it is. I've been convinced on that. I've been convinced. This will be the last one that I'll do, and then we'll jump on. Well, actually, no, two more, and then we'll jump on to the hot topics. All right, but there's like one that says, would you rather be on RuPaul's Drag Race with Andrew Garfield or The Bachelorette with Demi Lovato? Like, I'm interested to see why those two. Like, is Demi Lovato known for being on like that? Now I'm at the point where like I'm asking. I feel like I'm asking a silly question. A friend has put me on to RuPaul's Drag Race, showing me a couple of those episodes. They do seem very, very entertaining. And then The Bachelorette, I've only heard about The Bachelorette. I've never quite like sat down and watched the full episode or anything. Am I able to abstain?
We can skip it.
All right. Put a pin in that one. The last one for real, and I'm definitely picking an answer with this one. Would you have to follow, or would you rather have to follow The Rock's fitness plan for a month, or get one of Pete Davidson's remaining tattoos?
I'm going with The Rock on that one.
I'm not gonna lie, for me that was the easy one. I'm definitely going with The Rock's fitness plan.
Yeah.
When I first read the question, I did not know about Pete Davidson's tattoo situation or whichever, but I even got the impression that was very unfavorable, and I was like,
it's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, and I got the impression that was so bad that like I started romanticizing The Rock's fitness plan. I'm like, oh yeah, I got no intention on being buff. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be buff. I'm a abs at the yin yang things popping all out or whichever. Meanwhile, I'm just looking at into the abyss of whatever that even whatever. All right, cool.
See, you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to look like a high school peachy folder.
Jeez,
that's like stuff I draw on my binder in school.
Man, all right. One of the next questions that I have for next time is going to be what inspired all those tattoos, man. that's going to be the next. That's going to be something that we get to later on down the line. But just for our folks out there, the last thing that we'll touch on is going to be, I guess, the burning truths, the hot topics. Right now, I know that there's been a little bit of time that's went on by since we've last talked a little bit about these topics, but like I know, again, one of the things that I had on this sub agenda was the recent case against Lil Durk. Right now, that's one thing, and of course, also we're going to talk a little bit about the Grammys. Not too much because, again, you don't say about a lot of this stuff. But one thing, again, I've got a whole bunch of different notes about what's going on here with Lil Durk. In which I know last time I gave a huge shout outs to the Department of Justice. Again, big shout outs to the Department of Justice for this particular information. But we'll only read about like the first couple little bits. And again, I do implore, I want to encourage you guys to go out to go on their website and check out this information right here so that you guys know what it is specifically that's going down. But the title reads, Chicago rapper Lil Durk arrested on complaint alleging he ordered murder attempt that resulted in fatal shooting near Beverly Center. Right now, starting off, a Grammy Award winning Chicago rapper has been arrested on a federal criminal complaint alleging the concerned with the others to murder a rival rapper. All right, Evelyn, thank you for that. To murder a rival rapper, resulting in a shooting and a murder that took place at a gas station near the Beverly Center shopping mall in Los Angeles in August 2022. An attack that resulted in a family member of the rival being shot and killed, the Justice Department announced today. Dirk Banks, 32, years old, a.k.a. Lil Durk, was arrested near Miami International Airport late Thursday on a complaint charging him with conspiracy to use interstate facilities to commit murder for hire, resulting in death. He made his initial appearance this afternoon, or that afternoon, in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida and remains in federal custody. His arraignment is expected to occur in Los Angeles federal court in the coming weeks. And a quote that they have is, Mr. Banks is charged with orchestrating a cold-blooded murder that resulted in the death of a rival's family member, said United States Attorney Martin Estrada. Not only that, the shooting occurred in the open at a gas station at a busy intersection, endangering many others in the area. Violent gun crime of this sort is devastating to our community, and we will have zero tolerance for those who perpetrate such callous acts of violence. There, a key point of interest that ended up popping up in my mind, and again, I'm just going to note it as an observation. But the last time that we were talking about the case going down with P. Diddy, I don't know. I forgot where he's being held at or whichever. But I do know he got arrested in Miami, right? And I also know that Lil Durk was arrested in Miami. It's got me, at least, I know folks get arrested and picked up all over the place or whichever, but god dang, man, what I'm gonna say is this, right? If I hear of a third allegation or whatever situation like this, and somebody another top-notch celebrity messes around and gets picked up at Miami or whichever, I don't know. I don't know what questions I have, but I do know I have some questions there. Later, what is also mentioned in that same article is that in addition to grant the defendant's charge in the separate indictment, which a grand jury returned on October the 17th, there's a couple of other different folks that they ended up naming. They named DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, a.k.a. DB. They named Keith Jones, a.k.a. Flocka. They named David Brian Lindsay, a.k.a. Brown Eyes. And they also named I don't want to mispronounce his name, but Asa Houston, a.k.a. Boogie. And the thing is, these are folks from, I guess, all in different areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boogie and Dee Dee, they're in Chicago. I see Keith is up in, or Flocka's up in Gary, Indiana. And then Brown Eyes is in Addison, Illinois. It's a weird thing because, again, like I said just a couple minutes ago, I know that I have questions. I really don't even know what else to say, but I do know that there's just something there. And of course, I'm just, repeating the same thing, but.
So this is kind of breaking news almost. This was about, federal prosecutors linked Lil Durk to 2022 Chicago murder ahead of the detention hearing. So he's linked to another one. Another alleged murder for hire.
God dang, man. I was about to say, who ended up getting killed in this one?
DJ Academics recently shared details of the case on social media, revealing that new legal documents, which have now been unsealed, reportedly mention Durk's involvement in the crime. While no official charges have been filed against the rapper in this particular case, the allegations come at a time when Durk is already embroiled in a separate legal battle concerning a murder for hire plot. He's currently facing the possibility of a life sentence for these previous charges.
I was about to say, this ain't good for him. This is definitely not good. I guess if I were dead set on answering this question, of course, violence is one thing. For our folks here, what I'm trying to help us do is help us take a step back and look all of what's going on. I don't necessarily know if all this stuff is connected or related. The P. Diddy case, that's going on. Lil Durk, the information that we were just talking about, we ended up gathering, I want to say, a couple weeks ago, right? Then not only that, Brian brought up that particular article, in which, by the way, big shout outs to DJ Academics, big shout outs to him. And then also, what's it called? I know that Blueface right now, he's also sitting up in jail. I don't know what for. Hell, I don't know. I guess I'd imagine something of the same sort.
Yeah, it's Academics is saying that it is believed that Mac was killed as revenge for the death of Lil Durk's brother.
On January 27th in 2022. Right, Chihuahua. If there's a theme that's perpetuated, it's long, whenever we start thinking about the hip hop culture, rap culture, whichever, it's always just there's the tie to violence. And of course, these definitely, they perpetuate that same sort of thing. All this stuff is happening at the same time. And because of the fact that they're happening at the same time, I guess I'm going off of the assumption that there's a reason for why it's happening. I just don't know what the hell is going on, though.
Didn't Cat Williams say something about this, where there was going to be a lot of exposed, the truth is going to come out to light, and then there's going to be redemption in 2025? Do you remember that? He was talking to
on the Shannon podcast.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp. Yeah.
And that's that's why I'm asking the questions. Big shout outs to Cat Williams for putting that word out. At least for me, when I'm interpreting that, I'm hearing divine connection. I'm hearing things just playing out the way that they play out. Repeat word for word what you just said.
So Cat Williams is calling 2024 the age of truth, and I think 2025 is going to be, I don't know if he said this, but 2025 is going to be the age of redemption.
The words that I'm trying to get out is this, right? That's going to, we see it happening, right? But in the process of us seeing it happen, a lot of things is happening quickly. And I guess it's in that I'm okay, so how is it being brought to fruition is my question.
It's people were afraid to speak out for some reason. There was a lot of fear and control within a lot of powerful people. And I think people are feeling a little bit more liberated and okay and feel safe to come out with the dirt without facing any like getting murdered or something, you know?
Because now I'm still trying to like trace the trajectory of it. It's like, okay, the age of redemption's coming. Okay, cool. How's the age of redemption going to come? All right, powerful individuals are going to be whatever
exposed.
Yeah. Like in order for that to happen, like somebody's got to light them. And I'm not, I guess I don't mean to be playing like Sherlock Holmes or whichever, but I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, if they're going to be exposed, somebody has to leak the information. Who's leaking the information, or who's going to leak the first bit, or, you know, like who's leaking the information? That's.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like Cat Williams already is trying to do that. And I think I think he's in a good position to be able to do that for everybody. But let's check out what he had to say just really briefly.
It's God's side and the other side. Say what side you on. Say why you don't like the other side. And then get to the game. And this is the age of truth, and it's up for all of them. It is all catching hell in 2024. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
All right, I just find myself having more questions than answers to this one, and just like also, well, I won't linger too much on that one, but nonetheless, even despite the fact that we ended up at least introducing the information to all of our folks, right? Still, this is all the more reason why I guess I continue to encourage all of y'all to check out the sources, check out, the Department of Justice website, check out, DJ Academics, whatever information that there is. I know that there's an abundance of it, but make sure to keep an eye out for it, because even just like how I'm struggling to keep up, I'm like, okay, wait, hold up. Okay. Lil Durk did this. He's got who involved? Oh, wow. Okay. And then what? Oh, they linked him to another 2022 murder. Oh,
it's like an onion, man. You just keep peeling back the layers.
Yeah, geez, Louis. But nonetheless, though, even for somebody who is up to date, in the know of it, it's hard to still get caught. So if you're not in the loop, or you're not like, if let's just say paying attention or cognizant, you can very much easily find yourself in a situation where it's like, all this stuff is happening. What is happening? Who's doing what again? Like, but I guess that if there was a takeaway to be had, that would be one. But the last thing, and I won't go too much on this one. I'll just start off by saying this, right? Big shout outs to everybody who got nominated for the Grammys. Again, there's a whole bunch of different, whole bunch of different categories: record of the year, album of the year, song of the year, band or best new artist, a whole bunch of other stuff. And we could possibly make a segment just reviewing some of these records or some of these artists or whichever, because there's a lot of stuff that I just have not seen. I'm just looking here just in my notes. Let's start off with what I have seen. I've heard Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. That my friend really, really likes that song. Let's just say that. So I've heard that countless of times. The Clubs definitely like Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but like I have not heard Fortnite by Taylor Swift and Post Malone, nor have I heard 360 by Charlie, nor Good Luck Babe. Like there's a lot of stuff. And then I was just talking with our crew as well. I'm bouncing all over the place, but yeah, this is another, again, I've got more questions than I have actual thoughts because I'm going down to number, the best new artists, right? And on that list is, again, they have all of who they have, Benson Boone, they have Chappelle Rowan, they have Shabuzi, Teddy Swims. All right. I haven't heard of these folks before. Okay, cool. Right. I get that. I'm still confused why Sabrina Carpenter is on there. I've said that again. I said that before the cameras were rolling, and I still have that same thing because I know that she was making music for a long time. I think her fans know that she was making music for a long time. Anybody who's been paying attention to Disney Channel knows she's been making music for a long time. So if there's any question, but I guess my question is this: what the hell are the qualifications? Just in general, and
I know, right? Like Chappelle Roan began uploading on her YouTube channel in 2013. So, she's been around quite a while too, like almost 10 years.
Oh, why didn't you know what? Okay,
she released her first single on August 3rd, 2017, which was her single "Good Hurt." So I don't know why she's getting new artists. That's.
Yeah, okay. We're going to pick another artist at random here. All right. We're going to pick another artist at random. All right. I'm not going to do Ray because I think I've heard Ray before. What about, pardon me for butchering his name, Khruangbin, the fourth artist. Okay. How long have they been making music?
Okay, let's check it. Two of the bandmates met in 2004. When they played with another band.
2004.
2013, they had a song on a compilation. 2018, they released their second album. So it's not like they're not like a new artist.
That is starting to confirm our suspicion about what we've been thinking. Now there's one more question one more thing we need to research. What is the qualifications to be considered a new artist for the Grammys? Because if they say something within the past, like let's just say 2-3 years, what it sounds like to me is they just ran out of folks to put for that section or something.
Says an artist must have released a minimum of 5 singles or 1 album to be eligible for Best New Artist.
You said what? An artist must be a minimum of 5 singles.
5 singles or 1 album to be eligible for the new artist. Achieved a breakthrough into the public consciousness and notably impacted the musical landscape. I don't know how that... They got some weird math over there.
Because you can't measure that. You can't measure that.
There's no stock market for music, I guess.
Unless they just send in polls and surveys out.
One thing that can disqualify an artist from receiving Best New Artist nomination is how many times they've submitted for the category before. An artist can only submit for the category up to 3 times.
You know what, Brian? I ain't even gonna keep going because I'm gonna have
not
more
to ask questions.
Yeah, I'm a book because the first because listen, after that is who created the damn rule book? Like, and how long ago did they create the rule book? And what in the world? Like, just how do you whatever? Just all right. Okay, guys. I don't want for the questions to take away from the fact that we still do again. A lot of love, a lot of support. Big shout outs to everybody who has been nominated for stuff. But there's a lot of whatever. We're not even going to say all that. What I'll say is this, right? That is what we have for this particular go around. All right. Again, a lot of the questions and a lot of the topics that we end up talking about, just because, especially because of the fact that we put a fork in a lot of things, you may find that we're going to revisit those things, especially because, again, there's so many questions that I have, but nonetheless, though, we're going to leave that where it is right now. We still did have ourselves just overall, we had ourselves a good time. But as I'm going through and just sort of thinking of everything, my mind is going back to the rap battle between the OGs and the new basketball stars. We talking about whether or not we gonna go upstairs or go downstairs. I'm with my dog Brian on this one. We going straight through. We going straight through the wall.
Oh yeah.
Kool-Aid, hey, yo, Kool-Aid, man, you the best, man. We go straight through the wall. But all in all, though, again, thank y'all so much again for the love, the support, and the amount of time that you guys were able to spend with us. Y'all definitely make sure that y'all like the video up, like the videos, just everything. Like this whole podcast episode up. Share, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, all that noise, and definitely be on the lookout for more music coming up because the King has got some things up in the works, all right? But all in all, thank y'all so much, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace, be easy, and it's always y'all stay blessed up.
Cause you know where it's at. She know where it's at.